Hi greetings, welcome back. Today we are going to continue with functions and we're going to determine the axis of symmetry of a parabola as well as a hyperbola. Now, one thing I need you to remind you, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel at GA Online Teaching. Please make sure to share, like and comment. With that being said, let's begin. So over here I have two parabolas. I'm going to first determine what is the axis of symmetry. An axis of symmetry basically means what is the mirror image of the graph. So the axis over there, which will be a y-axis, what is the mirror image of it? So if I were to close this side over there, this line is a mirror image of that line over there, and vice versa. Similarly over here, if I were to close this side, this line going down over there is a mirror image of this line over there. Now, without going into much detail, I'm just going to show you how to get to your answers. Your teacher will have to go into detail with it. Alright, so what's the axis of symmetry? Very easy. You look at what's your turning point. The turning point over there is 0 and -4. Which means that the graph comes from the top, goes down, and at this point, 0 and -4, it actually turns. And now this is known as my turning point, as well as from this point, it's the mirror image of this line over there. Right? Same thing over here. This point is 0 and 9. So, what is the axis of symmetry of this line? It is the x value of your turning point. In this case, the x value is 0. So, we say x is equal to 0. What's the turning point over there? 0 and 9. Meaning that the axis of symmetry is going to be, what's the x value? X is equal to 0. So, what can you deduce? That my axis of symmetry has to be written in the form of an equation. And another thing is, it's the x value of your turning point. For grade 10, because the turning point always happens on the y-intercept, your answer will always be x is equal to 0. I have two hyperbolas. Now, this one becomes a little bit tricky. Again, I'm not going to go into much detail. Now, there's two axes of symmetry over here. One is, if I draw a line going through my asymptote, this graph or this line is a reflection of that line. Similarly, over the side, this line is a reflection of this line over there. Now, obviously, my drawings are not drawn to scale, as well as an axis of symmetry going down that way, meaning that I'm now going to have two equations. So what does that mean? Firstly, I told you the first side, this side and that side is a reflection, this side and this side is a reflection, and the entire graph right around over here is a reflection over this line to this graph over there. Hope you can see it. Please, if you did not, please just track back. Alright, so what's the equation of the straight line going like this over there? It would be y is equal to, the gradient will always be 1, x, and what is that asymptote over there? It is +1. Alright? Notice the gradient is going up. I have a positive 1 over there, that's imaginary. And the next one is, what's the equation of that axis of symmetry over there? An axis of symmetry basically is a line that my graph reflects over. So y is equal to, remember that graph is going in a downwards direction, meaning that the gradient must be negative. Right? And what's that asymptote? It is positive 1 over there. Right? I went through it very quickly. Please make sure that you take note for the next one. So remember, there's two axes of symmetry. One is this one over here, that was the gradient going up. This whole graph is a reflection of this graph, as well as one coming down over there, a one with a negative gradient. That one represents that this side of the graph is a reflection of that side of the graph, and this side of the graph is a reflection of that side of the graph, and vice versa as well. So firstly, y is equal to, let's first work the positive one. Remember, it's a positive gradient, which means it's going to be positive 1x. What's that answer over there? Sorry about that. That's positive 2, and that's the axis of symmetry. So y is equal to the one coming down over there. What's that gradient? It's a negative gradient, negative 1. And what is my asymptote over there? Be positive 2. Now, with that being said, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. If you don't understand, again, make sure that you pause this video, take a closer look at it, as well as ask questions. With that being said, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube video at GA Online Teaching. And until next time.